Hi, and welcome back to the Travel Coach Network podcast. It is I, Sahara Rose DeBoer, founder of the Travel Coach Network and the creator and instructor of the Travel Coach Certification Program. The Women Thrive Through Travel MasterFind virtual event is coming up very, very soon on May 28th, 2023. We are having our third annual virtual event. And this episode, I want to talk about why I created this event and what it has turned into and what it's all about. And back in 2021, so we were in the midst of the pandemic still, I was really tired of hearing people talk about travel in such a negative light, or I should say darkness. I was hearing things like travel is never going to come back again. I was hearing travel business owners, even travel agents, saying, I need to find a new career. I'm never going to be able to do this again. I knew many travel business owners who were just starting out at that time who realized or changed directions and was like, I'm not going to be able to have my business that I've been planning about to have. And I knew in my heart that travel wasn't going to go away. And yes, it was going to look differently. And what that was going to look like, I didn't know. Obviously, no one did. But it was also, we weren't sure of when it was going to bounce back, when we could start traveling again, right? We didn't know when the borders would be open again, when flights would start again, when it was safe and okay to travel again. Those were a lot of unknowns. But what I did know is that travel was not going to go away. And it wasn't just I believed in it. I knew it was not going to. For a couple different reasons. Tourism itself is such an economical driver for so many countries and places and people around this world, jobs and everything. So it's needed. And also on a human level, we need travel. We turn to travel for such personal, deep healing reasons. We travel for business, for growing connections and making those sales and landing those contracts in person because of the value of being in person, that human connection. For leisure travel, we travel to heal, we travel to learn, we travel to build connections with our partners and our families, and to soul search, to feel fulfilled, to be happy again. These are all reasons why we travel. Travel was not going to go away. And travel also doesn't mean that you have to get on a plane and go abroad. There were many physicians in the UK during the pandemic who were prescribing time in nature, which is an element, I call element of travel, time in nature, blue and green spaces, spending time in parks and gardens and planting a garden and taking a walk near bodies of water and spending time near bodies of water, all to help with anxiety and stress and depression. And we naturally do that already as humans. We gravitate towards these areas because of the calming effect it has on us. It just shows that there's research out there now to prove why that is. My TED Talk that I gave last October, I talked about how I've always naturally gravitated towards bodies of water, and where I lived or where I traveled to, and how healing that was for me. But I also talked about how I've always struggled with an anxiety disorder and bouts of depression. And so water was always healing for me. I thought it was because I'm an Aquarius, why I was gravitating towards bodies of water, but turns out there's so much research on the mental and overall wellness benefits of time in near bodies of water. And so we as humans, I knew it wasn't going to go away. It was just going to look differently. But I wanted to bring together people in my online community to just talk about travel, talk about their journeys that they had, talk about their love of travel, talk about places they've been to, talk about their plans of where they want to go in the future. And I started by bringing together just members of my travel coach network at the time as speakers to share these. And the very first year, we had about 250 registrants, and it was amazing. It was so much fun. I had heard afterward just so many people who either connected with speakers or connected with other attendees and it's virtual. It's always virtual, but there's opportunities for connection in the chat as well as the breakout rooms at the end. But there would be people who told me about the collaborations they had, the partnerships they gain, the accountability partners they gained, the friends they gained, their travel buddies they gained from this event. And then last year in 2022, we had it again, and I started bringing in even more speakers and more diverse topics. I wanted the Women Thrive Through Travel MasterFind event to be able to be an event where now we're not only just bringing positivity back into the travel industry, but I wanted to bring empowerment and inspiration to the attendees for travel business owners or people who want to start a business in travel of any sort, and for travelers themselves. So I brought in women in wellness, business, mindset, hospitality, of course, tourism, social media strategy, and more. So I wanted it to be an event where there was so many takeaways for everyone in different ways. I wanted everyone to be able to be inspired and learn something differently from the event. And then last year we had about 450 or so registrants, and it was, again, so fun, so amazing, so inspiring. I just sit back and listen to these incredible speakers. And so this year we're having our third annual Women Thrive Through MasterFind event, Thrive Through Travel MasterFind event. And I always call it the WIT event for short, because that could be a mouthful, but also the reason we call it a MasterFind event. And this was thought of by someone who was on our team at the time when we first started, Tatum. Tatum came up with the MasterFind event instead of Mastermind event, because this is an opportunity for women to find inspiration, to find friends, to find connections, to find their passion and their purpose and more. But this year is our third event, and there's even more speakers and even more important topics than ever before. And so some of the speakers that we have this year, we have 17 different speakers, and they're ranging in everything that across the board for travelers and travel business owners, including mindful travel and how to find your niche in your own travel business, immersive group tours, using travel to break free from cultural expectations, to heal through travel after loss or trauma, ocean wellness, which is a topic that I love so much. Tips on how to create more meaningful experiences, sorry for the pause, and mid-career sabbaticals. I have a lot of business topics too. So the benefits of podcasting, I'm bringing in Brittany Roberts, who is our TCN podcast manager, and she is going to be giving tips on why and how podcasting can be a benefit for your business. Same thing with retreats, why planning and running retreats can be a great added revenue stream for your business. Leveraging your travel content to blow up your business, and how to land speaking gigs, how to show up authentically on social media, how to pitch to the medium and get publicity wins. That's something I love talking about. So I'm bringing in my friend Sierra, who's also a member of the TCN, who's had many media wins, give some of her top tips. Bringing in other podcasters as well to talk about what they've learned from their guests, especially women in tourism. We're going to talk about multi-generational travel and making memories, and so much more. Those are just an overview of some of the topics that we have from our speakers. But we just announced our speaker list. You can find that on the Travel Coach Network. .com, or you can find it in our link tree on Instagram. I'm going to put it into the show notes here as well for the podcast. And we would love to have you join. It is a free event. It is a fun event. It's a long event, but we will be releasing the times of the speakers. So if you want to hop in, hop out, you register, we do send the replay to everyone who registers. So if you know you can't come, or you know you can't be there the whole time, that's totally okay. Just register anyways. But this is an event that you're not going to want to miss, especially if you have a travel related business or you want to start one, but also if you are simply just a traveler yourself. This year, our event is sponsored by TripBeat as well. And TripBeat, we have some great offers and discounts coming up. And so we're going to have free prizes and everything too for some of our partners in the TCN. Some of our travel coaches are going to be some of the speakers. So if you want to hear more about travel coaches and what they do in their business, this is a great opportunity to hear that. And also just women in general who are such successors in what they do and so many wins that they've had in their business. So head to the show notes to save your spot. If you know anyone who might be interested in joining it as well, please do share the link with them or tell them about it. We would love to have as many people as we can this year as well, because of the inspiring speakers that are going to be there. And again, visit the link at thetravelcoachnetwork.com or come give us a hello. Visit us on the Travel Coach Network on Facebook and Instagram. You can join us in the Travel Coach Network global community in Facebook. You'll also see the link for the event there too. The links for everything, including your free beginner's guide to travel coaching, is always in the show notes. And if you know anyone who may be interested in travel coaching, please be sure to send them our way to our podcast. We truly appreciate it. And until next time, my fellow wanderers, bye for now.